Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. My name is Marcus Ray Hammond, and I just wanted to welcome you to the first episode of the MRH podcast. This is going to be a very short episode. This is just more of a proof of concept or a pilot episode or whatever you want to call this. I just want to take this time to introduce myself, talk about what this podcast is going to be all about, and my vision for it, and my goal that I want to accomplish with this podcast. But first off, let me talk about a little bit about myself. This has always been a passion project of mine. I love podcasts. Podcasting is probably one of my favorite formats of broadcasting. About 8 or 9 years ago, maybe 10 years ago at this point. Yeah, I think it is 10 years ago. I actually had a short-lived podcast with my friends Jordan and Zach. And if you guys are listening, Jordan and Zach, shout out to you guys. And we did this for about 10 episodes where we just sat around and just talked, and we had some guests on and whatnot. And I did a whole lot of the editing. This was just, something that was fun. But as we did it more and more in the back of my mind, it started growing as, this could be actually something I wouldn't mind doing. So I love radio and TV broadcasting. I graduated with a degree in broadcasting journalism in December 2017 from the University of Arkansas. And I currently work at a local TV station where I do production. I grew up watching some news when I was younger. One of my favorite anchors was Peter Jennings. I don't know why, I couldn't tell you. I just really liked Peter Jennings. I think it's probably because he reminded me a lot of my father. My parents were divorced when I was younger, so I didn't get to see my father except on the weekends. I think just Peter Jennings reminded me a whole lot of him. So anyways, so why am I doing this? Well, again, this is something I've always wanted to do. And really, I am so tired of holding myself back. And what I mean is, throughout my life, I've had a lot of self-doubt. And I was probably my worst enemy. I always held myself back. Like, for example, I graduated college at 26. I don't know, for some reason, I had a lot of self-doubt and fear when I was in college. I didn't have the true college experience. Like, there was no orgies for me, or going out having a few drinks with my friends, or late night at Taco Bell's. Hell, I didn't even attend any of the football games or basketball games or baseball games. I didn't do any of it. It's just, I don't know why. I just holding myself back. My schedule was, mainly just school, work, home, study, sleep, repeat. And that was about it for the whole 4 years, my whole tenure at the university. I've been told that I have a great voice from a lot of my classmates, and I took a lot of pride in that. I don't know why I took pride in that. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything with my voice. I wasn't an anchor for our television station. I always wanted to do the college radio station. I just couldn't bring myself doing it. Like I said, it was just, that fear and self-doubt. It's been almost a year now, and you know what? I'm just tired of it. So I'm doing it. I'm doing it right now. And this is something I want to do. And I want to give a shout out to my friend Ambrosia Johnson. She was actually one of the first ones to tell me about how such a great voice I have. Tried to encourage me to do something with the university radio station. And she kept inspiring me, but I kept telling her, no, I'm not really feeling it. And I always felt bad telling her no. Ambrosia, this one's for you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for inspiring me to do this. And just a side note, Ambrosia, she's got herself a musical project that she just launched. And just to show my thanks to her, I'm definitely going to link her page onto my page so you can see what that's all about. And Ambrosia, I can't wait to see what you are about to show us with your musical talent. So thank you. Now I just want to end out the rest of this time and talk to you about the vision I have for this podcast and what I want it to be. I kind of want it to be like Joe Rogan's podcast. That's one of my favorite podcasts ever. I just want this to be a deep discussion with people. I want this podcast to challenge my views. And I want it to teach me a better way to understand the world around me. And I really hope it does the same for you. As much as I love TV and radio broadcasting, I really believe that the format is kind of outdated. And I will explain what I mean that in later episodes. And speaking of later episodes, I want this to be a weekly thing. There will be solo episodes and episodes with guests. The solo episodes will be shorter, and it'll just be things about whatever I find interesting. The episodes with guests will be longer, and I just want that to be as long as naturally possible, and I hope it is filled with engaging conversation and insight. I do have a guest lined up for next week. His name is Steve Isaacson. Steve is a good friend of mine. He's also a Vietnam veteran, and he served as a combat medic. He also ran for Congress in Arkansas as a libertarian, and he's a big advocate for veterans and veteran rights and healthcare. So I can't wait to talk to him about that. Well, I guess that'll do it for this episode. Thank you everyone for listening, and as the episodes keep rolling out, I hope that you share them, and I hope, more importantly, that you like them. Just want to point out that we don't have to love each other, but let's not hate each other. Let's be good people.